Too Blind to See by Daniel Ontanea. Queen Bee, that's my name. Well, at least it was. It seems as if it was a lifetime ago. Although today it's been 8 months and 6 days since the incident. The incident which changed my life forever. Which changed me. I'm Brittany, a 16-year-old teenager, an old soul with a young heart. I've been through so much in such small time. Enough for an entire Gossip Girl episode. No, actually a season. Where should I start? I was your typical blonde, empty-headed, self-centered, frivolous, and condescending. What can I say? I got what I wanted. I could afford to be materialist. In other words, money was my sixth sense. It reached a point where I didn't know what to do with it. Just kidding. Shopping, duh. My father would implore me to spend a day or two with him, but I would turn him down, of course, unless he agreed to raise my monthly allowance by a few hundreds or thousands, depending on the occasion. Since Mom died, he'd been lonesome, seeking for someone to have his back, for someone who cared, for me. Too much eyeshadow made me blind to notice the space I filled with the newest Chanel shoes, the tears covered with the latest Versace sunglasses. I had to lose it all to notice what I had, who was there for me. We're moving. 3 words, 1 sentence. That's all it took for the tears to flood back. I wasn't about to lose my throne, to throw away all my work for the past 16 years of my life. While I processed these words, he continued talking in the same earnest voice. To a department. Dad kept explaining what happened. I stopped listening as soon as I heard broke. It all started to sink in. We were poor. Our accounts couldn't pay for it all any longer. I don't know where my money went, or how my life gave a spin of 360 degrees in a 24-hour period. Gossip traveled fast. People began whispering all sorts of things. Rumor has it Britney's daddy is going to jail for robbery. Oh my god, that is finally going where she belongs. Community college. Determined to find out who was spreading these rumors, only to discover my circle of so-called friends were to blame. I had nothing. No one to hold my hand throughout this catastrophe. It was then I realized the one and only person who cared for me, not for what I had, was him, my daddy. He'd always been there, regardless how I'd shut him off when he needed me the most. Ignoring these aching thoughts, these feelings of guilt, wasn't an option any longer. Pangs of consciousness kept on bugging me. My inner voice repeated over and over again. You weren't there for him. He needed you. Questions kept getting under my skin. Why did my friends leave my side? Why didn't they support me? How couldn't I notice? Every inquiry led me to the same answer. As much as I dreaded to admit this, I was an artificial shallow brat. Why would anyone lend a helping hand to a spoiled child? Remorse wasn't immediate for me. I had to dig beneath all the rage of frustration and anger I directed towards my father, to give light to the human side of me, the side which cared enough to apologize. I couldn't just stand there doing nothing. I had to make it right, starting with my father. After pouring out my heart and pleading for forgiveness, my dad broke into the slightest of smiles and told me the truth. We weren't broke, much less poor. We didn't lose a house. We wouldn't leave. How could he do this to me? 2 weeks ignoring him was enough. Enough to reflect on his last words. You had to wake up. Enough to realize I'll never be rich enough to buy back my past, but I can make the most of my present, my future, and change for good. Just in case you're wondering, yes, I returned to school then, and yes, I remain being the most popular chick here. Not that it matters though. Okay, maybe a little. It's all the same, except it isn't. I'm different. After a boatload of apologies, I formed true friendships. A close relationship with my dad. I began appreciating every piece of my life. Like Eminem said, the truth is, you don't even know what is going to happen tomorrow. Life is a crazy ride. Nothing is guaranteed.